Namaskar. Welcome to lecture series. I am Dr. M. Prabhavathi, working as Senior Scientist at ICAR-Indian Institute of Soil and Water Conservation Research Center, Udhagamandalam. Today, we will discuss about sustainable soil and land management practices for climate smart agriculture. As we know, soil and land which provide the physical base for crop, forest and livestock production. Soil supplies essential minerals and nutrients which are required for plant growth and crop yield. Soil stores and filters water for supporting the hydrological cycle and irrigation needs of the crop. It acts as a host for diverse microorganisms and fauna that enhance soil fertility and ecosystem health. Soil also acts as a sink for carbon, helping to regulate greenhouse gases and climate. The healthy soil and the proper land use directly influences the crop yield and food security. The well-managed soil and land ensure long-term agricultural productivity and resilience to climate change. Relevance of climate smart agriculture. Climate smart agriculture plays a very crucial role in today's climate change scenario. It addresses the dual challenge of ensuring food security and building resilience to climate impacts. It mainly focuses on agricultural productivity and adapting to climatic variability and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It enhances resilience and promotes adaptive practices that helps farmers cope with the climate stress. It encourages integrated soil, water and nutrient management to prevent land degradation. It reduces emissions through conservation tillage, efficient fertilizer use and carbon sequestration practice. It provides smallholder farmers with strategies sustain income and productivity. It supports India's commitments to Paris Agreement, Sustainable Development Goals and other national climate action plans, that is National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture, National Mission on Water, National Mission on Green Energy, etc. Climatic variability and climate change. Direct climate impacts on agriculture is rising average temperatures, longer growing seasons, more hot days and nights, variable rainfall patterns, and elevated CO2 concentrations. Climate change alters the distribution of light, water, and other agricultural resources. It significantly affects smallholder farmers. It lowers agricultural productivity and shifts on regional climates. India is the third largest CO2 emitter, that is 3062 million metric tons of total CO2 was emitted in the year 2023. Agricultural greenhouse gas emissions from fossil fuel use, land use change and deforestation hinders the sustainable climate smart agriculture. Sustainable soil and land management. It refers to the use of soil and land resources in a way that maintains or enhances their productivity, biodiversity and ecosystem services without causing long-term degradation. It ensures that soil and land continue to support food security, livelihoods and environmental health for present and future generations. There are certain key principles involved in sustainable soil and land management. Those are maintaining or improving land and soil productivity, support agricultural output, and protecting and enhancing soil's physical, chemical, and biological properties, and conserving water resources and improving water use efficiency, protecting soil organisms and ecosystems that support climate resilience, increases resilience to climatic variability while reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It prevents over-extraction, pollution, and unsustainable land practices. It encourages participatory management and integration into national development strategies. There are certain challenges and several opportunities in adopting sustainable soil and land management practices for achieving climate smart agriculture. The main challenge is high initial cost, particularly drip irrigation, precision irrigation, and soil restoration needs huge investment. Limited awareness and training knowledge among farmers about sustainable soil and land management practices and long-term benefits. Small and fragmented land holdings hinders long-term adaptation and mechanization. Inconsistent enforcement and lack of coordination across sectors in implementing the policy at institute levels. Limited incentives and weak markets for sustainably produced products. Unpredicted weather makes the adoption risky. Opportunities are improved productivity and income, higher water and resources efficiency, carbon sequestration benefits through access to carbon credit markets, biodiversity conservation through pest control and more pollination, policy supports through other government schemes like Soil Health Mission, PMKSY, National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture, etc. Technological innovations are available plenty these days. They are IoTs, sensors, GPS, GIS, drones, satellite imagery, etc. Funding and partnerships are available to meet the global commitments of SDG, Paris Agreement, UNCCD. There are several climate smart agriculture practices are available. Few are crop diversification, zero tillage, agroforestry, intercropping, mulching, cover crop, organic farming, zero budget natural farming, etc. Crop diversification is nothing but cultivation of more number of crops on same piece of land. This strategy enhances farm resilience by reducing the climate risk, increases the soil fertility, and improves the income stability as opposed to relying on the monocrop. Zero tillage is nothing but no-till farming. Here, minimum disturbance will be done for sowing and other operations. This particular practices improves the soil moisture, reduces the number of labors and fuel costs, and reduces the soil erosion. Another strategy is agroforestry. It is the promising technology. Here, integration of tree species with the crops. It will create the diverse ecosystem and it will mimic as native wood ecosystem. It offers several social, environmental and economic benefits. It improves the soil moisture, increases the soil fertility and provides food, fodder and fuel. Another important practice is intercropping. Here, cultivation of two or more crops on same piece of land. It improves the land use efficiency and agriculture resource use efficiency. And increases the soil fertility through addition of organic matter can be seen. Mulching is another practice where surface of the soil will be covered with some material. It can be either organic or inorganic. It suppresses the weed and pest and disease control. Another promising technology is cover cropping. Here, these are the unharvested plants. It will be retained and incorporated into the soil. It conserves the soil moisture and provides the nutrients to the soil. Application of vermicompost, green manures, adoption of crop rotations and adoption of zero budget natural farming also one of the climate smart agriculture practices. Zero budget natural farming to provide the nutrients and control of pest and disease. All the organic inputs will be used. Jivamirda, Ganajivamirda, Vijamirda will be used to provide the nutrients, whereas Agniastra, Nemastra will be used to control the pest and disease. Climate resilient crops. Climate resilient crop is nothing but the plants which grow well and produce foods even under harsh weather condition. Some of the examples are sorghum, millets, sweet potato, quinoa, cowpea, taro, cactus, clover and chickpea. Sorghum is well suited for semi-arid conditions. Its deep root system makes the plants to extract water from subsoil also. Millets, it suits well in water scarcity condition. It is the nutrient dense crops. Quinoa It survives well in salty and nutrient-poor soil also. It's rich in proteins, amino acids, and it acts as a very good food source. Cowpea, it's also act as a food source cover crop, and it can come well under harsh and dry climates. Clover is one of the main cover crop. It also withstand very hardy environment. Benefits of organic farming. Organic farming is highly environment friendly. It promotes sustainable development. It provides healthy and tasty food. It's an inexpensive process. It uses only organic inputs. It generates income through local market. It also generates income through exports. It is one of the source of employment. Ecological restoration and climate smart agriculture are closely related and mutually reinforcing approaches for sustainable soil and land management. Ecological restoration is the process of assisting the recovery of ecosystem that has already been degraded, damaged, destroyed, or transformed. Ecological restoration helps to reverse biodiversity loss, combat climate change, support the provision of ecological restoration, and support local communities. United Nations has declared 2021 to 2030 as the decade of ecosystem restoration. Ecosystem restoration includes erosion control, afforestation, removal of non-native species or weeds, introduction of native species, and range improvement for targeted species, and establishment of wildlife corridors. Precision agriculture. It is a data-driven and technology-enabled approach to farming that uses site-specific management for applying the inputs like water, fertilizer, pesticides, and nutrients to optimize crop growth, increases yield, reduces costs, and minimizes the environmental impacts. Key technologies involved are the tools like GPS, remote sensing, IoT sensors, artificial intelligence, machine learning, yield monitors, robotics and automation, variable rate technology to gather and analyze data on soil, crop and weather conditions. Sustainable water management. It is the practice of using water resources in a way that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, balancing ecological, social, and economic requirements. It can be achieved through conserving the soil moisture through crop rotation and mulching, and increasing the irrigation efficiency through precision irrigation and other micro irrigations, and controlling the runoff for improving the water quality, and the construction of on-farm reservoirs and groundwater recharge, and collaborative programs to ensure long-term water security to all. Integrated pest management is one of the important climate smart agriculture practice. It's an environmentally sensitive approach to control pests that uses a combination of techniques like cultural, mechanical, biological and chemical methods to prevent and to manage pests while minimizing the risks to health and environment. In cultural methods, sanitation and cultivation of pest-resistant varieties will be adopted. Under mechanical methods, fencing, traps and can picking will be followed. Under biological control measures, use of predators, pathogens, parasites will be used to control pests. Under chemical methods, pesticides will be used. It will be the last resort when other methods are insufficient to control the pest and it reached maximum threshold value. It should minimize the risk to non-targeted organisms and environment. There are several promising climate-smart agriculture practices in India. In Tamil Nadu IMM project was initiated in the year 2007 to 8. IMM is nothing but irrigated agriculture maintenance and water bodies restoration and management. Under this project, system of rice intensification and water smart paddy practices was adopted. Light sowing and wider spacing of paddy cultivation was adopted, due to which 30-40% of water saving, 20-30% of yield improvement was achieved. This particular practice was adopted and replicated in other parts of the country. Punjab, India's grain bowl, faced water scarcity due to continuous cultivation of paddy by continuous flooding method. Direct seeded rice was introduced. It increased the water use efficiency, groundwater recharge, reduced the greenhouse gas emission, and improved the soil fertility. Soil fertility was improved due to the low or no compaction. Sikkim, India's one of the northeastern state, it introduced the Sikkim's organic mission in the year 2003 and completed in the year 2016. Sikkim not only India's first 100% organic state but also world's. Here, Sikkim made the facility to provide the good market price to the farmer, and it got several awards also. In Haryana, Sukumanjari is one of the small village faced severe soil degradation and erosion problem. ICAR's Indian Institute of Soil and Water Conservation, formerly CSWS-CRTI Chandigarh Center, initiated watershed program through IWMP project in late 1970s. Here, check dams and other water harvesting structure was introduced. Trenching, contour bunding was adopted. Social fencing and stall feeding was introduced to reduce the pressure on the grasslands, due to which it increased the yield and the water use efficiency was achieved. Sukumanjari was one of the pioneer integrated watershed model in India. Another one is Andhra Pradesh Community Managed Natural Farming. This project was started in the year 2015-16. It is mainly to make transition in 6 million hectare of land and 8 million farmers to transform into natural farming. Here only organic inputs are used to provide nutrients as well as to control the pest and disease. This particular project, widely cited by FAO and UNEP as one of the world's first agroecologically ambitiously made project and natural farming project. Conclusions. Soil and land are the foundation of agriculture productivity and food security. Climate change, land degradation, and biodiversity loss threaten its sustainability. Sustainable soil and land management practices enhances resilience, improve productivity, and mitigate greenhouse gas emissions. Adoption of sustainable land and management practices is essential for achieving climate-smart agriculture and meeting global commitments. Thank you for your patience.